do you know? It's Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, and thanks for waking up with The Chase. I am Troy LeCastro, alongside my co-host, David Yarger.
What's up, Troy?
Hey, buddy,
Friday.
how are you?
Oh, I woke up feeling dangerous.
Is that like in reference to somebody or something?
Maybe.
I feel like I've definitely heard somebody say that before.
Somebody's definitely said that before.
Well, we got a great episode today. I'm really looking forward to it. It is Jersey Friday, of course. Every Friday, we're bringing you the best jerseys out of our collection. Mine, I'm rocking the Barry Bonds Pittsburgh Pirates. Yes, this is the skinny Barry Bonds. You do remember him. Pre-steroids. He says he didn't use them, but, But, a nice little classic one again for you. I really want to know, though, David, who are you wearing?
So, you know what? I went with the Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield. But you know what? I can't stand the Browns right now. So, goodbye, Browns.
Hello, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma Baker Mayfield jersey. So, that's how we're rolling today.
Dave's a real boomer sooner over here.
Yes.
I like that one, though. I don't know if I've ever seen that with the red sleeves.
Yeah, it's one of the classic ones. They usually play against, like, their rivals. So they wear it, like, once or twice a year. It's actually a pretty sweet jersey. I actually have the red one that has, it's all red with, like, I think the white number. And it's
I know which
Jalen
one you're
Hurts.
talking about.
It was Jalen Hurts, so.
So a big Oklahoma guy.
Yes.
Bigger Baker Mayfield guy, that's for sure. The fact that he has two jerseys, and we'll talk about it later in the show, but you might be adding a third, huh?
I just may be.
There's a slight possibility. Let us know, what jerseys are you rocking this morning? Do you have any? That's like, I was doing like the Blues Clues when they ask the audience a question and at home you're supposed to answer. That was my adaptation of it. Great show for you, though, ahead. Looking forward to this one. Here's what we got coming up. Another one-of-one triple logoman will soon be hitting the auction. We'll talk about that, which one it is. We'll also talk to the founder of Cans Can and his mission to help fund social activities in his Southern Illinois community through sports cards. Also, you'll get your first look at 21-22 Panini Prism basketball in today's box rip giveaway.
Can't wait. I'm so amped to rip some basketball.
Yeah, I was going to say, you made a good point. We haven't ripped basketball yet.
Right, and for it to be, Prism, our first one, awesome.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's the one you definitely want to start off with. I'm excited too. Mm-hmm. Prism is, obviously, I've said it time and time before, very much a fan favorite throughout sports card collecting, throughout multiple sports. So you seem pretty amped. Why don't you get even more amped? Because you know what we like to do every episode? We like to start off with some motivation with a quote of the day. What do we got?
There you go, Dave. Hey, once you learn how to quit, it becomes a habit. Vince Lombardi.
And you want to know something?
They named a trophy after him. So
I was going to say, he can't be wrong. You named a trophy after him? He's got to be speaking nothing but hashtag facts, as Bandura would say.
Hashtag real talk.
Hashtag real talk. Hashtag facts. Good morning, everyone. I wanted to check in with the chat here. I got a little tripped up. I was looking. Here is the chat, though. Wahoo's gives Troy the double finger point. He's giving me the double finger point. You'll know why in a couple of minutes there. T-Pucks, good morning, gents. Good morning, T-Pucks. What else is going on? Ooh, Enjoyable Gaming. Another logoman up for sale. It'll sell for $5 million. I mean, 50% of that. Oh, look at it. They made you a command. Wahoo's made you a command. Yeah. Exclamation David. David's morning motivations make Nightbot want to run through a firewall.
Sweet.
You've made it.
I can walk into this sunset now, I feel great.
That's it. Cream of the crop always rises to the top.
There you go.
My friend, I think you are at the top now.
Hey, well, maybe. I'm getting there. It's a long climb.
All right, well, don't sell yourself, too short.
Very, I got to be humble, so.
Be humble.
Be humble.
Sit down. As the wise Kendrick Lamar once said. All right, we've got a couple of great giveaways for you that we had on Wednesday. It's Friday, right? I'm losing all kinds of what the day is. We've got 2 for you right now that we want to announce the winners. I'm actually going to have Meerkat announce the winners because I'm sure he pulled some people up. Not right this second. I want to just explain what they were. Number 1 was the Cutter Gauthier. That was the Hit Parade giveaway. Yep. We are doing the case, which I have here. I'm trying to avoid hitting the mic, but here we go. It's the rookies from Hit Parade. The whole case you are going to get.
Whew.
Yeah, right?
Some good stuff in there.
That's what I'm saying. The whole case for Cutter Gauthier. We opened this with him. So he touched the cards. I touched the cards. Pretty cool there. What you had to do for that was give us who you thought was going to be number 1 in the NHL draft and why.
Yeah.
And then also we opened Stature Hockey on Wednesday. You had to comment in the Twitch chat or on YouTube, Flow. Because it's not quite Flowcember, but, you know, we did have the draft last night, which we'll be talking about later in the show. So I want to give it to Meerkat now. He is going to let us know who won both of those. Meerkat, what do we got? Do you need a little drum roll?
Yeah, can I get a drum roll, guys?
All right, little drum roll for Meerkat.
All right, so the winner of the box of Stature is going to be Crimson's Hawks Hobbies, commenting on the YouTube video there. Shout out to Crimson Hawks Hobbies there.
I thought you said Crazen for a minute. I'm not going to lie.
Crimson's Hawks Hobbies.
Crimson's Hawks Hobbies. Congratulations on that one.
Yes.
Shout out to the Crimson's Hawks. And then we also have Jason S., YouTube commenter. He thought we were going to, Matt Savoy was going to go first overall. Ended up falling to the Sabres there. So shout out to Jason S. there. He's going to win the box of Hit Parade that you opened.
Nice.
Cutter Gauthier. Did I pronounce that right, Troy?
I think it's Gauthier. I believe that's what he told me.
Cutter Gauthier, just an incredible name. But congrats to our winners. I will be reaching out to you guys after the show today. And we got some cards for you. Get excited.
Yes.
Thank you for that, Meerkat. Yeah, Matt Savoy dropping to the Sabres. I know he was in that top 10 for sure. And on like all the mock drafts and that, and obviously one that people were looking at, very high offensive potential.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need that caffeine.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll talk more about the draft later on in the show. Bill Dozer says he just changed his name to Jason S. So,
seems legit.
It sounds pretty legit to me, right? I mean, so we want to remind.
12.
I am 12 in Cran. We want to remind you of a giveaway as well, though. We are extending the 4th of July giveaway. If you watched episode 10 of The Chase on YouTube, you'll see that we are giving $500 in credit to our website to one lucky person who is a collector, but also a frontline worker or an active member of the military or a veteran. So we are extending that. Please continue to comment on episode 10 and let us know who you are nominating and why.
Yeah, make sure you get your comments in. We're really looking forward to giving away some good credit for our website.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I mean, $500, that's crazy. You can do quite a bit with that, in my opinion, on DA Card World. Lots of good deals, lots of good boxes, lots of good cases, all kinds of things. Yep. Definitely some singles on there, too. So a ton to look out for. Now, if you'll recall, on Wednesday's show, you and I got to talking about signatures.
Yes.
In 2 ways. We talked about bad signatures on who we thought had just awful autos in card products, but as well, who we would draft from the NHL based on their signatures. Mm-hmm. And I feel like we had a lot of interest in what our signatures were.
Yes.
So, Dave Stevens, if you could pull it up, here's my signature. There you go.
Very nice.
Even though it looks like I wrote try, it definitely doesn't look like there's an O there. It looks like Tryla Castro. But see, I got a little fancy on the T there.
You did.
Now, why don't we, how about we show yours off?
Sure. Oh, you used that one? I swear.
That was the one you told me to use.
I know.
You said, I just use this one.
It looks better in pen and paper, I swear.
So, we want to know, chat. We'll leave it up to you. Which one do you guys think was better? Who would you draft? Would you draft me or would you draft David? Not to drive a wedge in between us here.
Based on
Really?
signature.
I don't know.
didn't
You
think
got
yours was
you put the nice number in there though. There's one more. I don't have a signature number. There is one more though. The chat was shouting you out. Oh, excuse me. Good morning, Slim Jim Timbits. I'm sorry that I didn't say good morning to you the first time. He's very... There it is.
Yep. Well, I was
Bill
waiting for it.
Dozer. Bill Dozer said it. We have one more signature to show you. David made good on his promise. He said on Wednesday's show he would write his name in Japanese. Here it is. What do you say about that? What do you think? How difficult was that?
It was not easy. I'll just say that. I really had to... Remember those cups I made? I really had to use my my art skills for that one.
I thought they looked good, honestly.
It was not easy, but
And I will vouch for him. He did write that in Japanese. Show him the paper. He has it on there.
wrong one.
Well, that one.
There,
Oh,
yeah.
that one.
Or
That's the Japanese one. Why don't you go to his camera? There it is.
there it is.
There we go.
It's kinda
Yeah, so
hard to
show that
see,
off.
but
It's okay. I vouch for you, though, honestly. Good morning. We got all kinds of stuff in here. Legit.
know.
Oh, Bill Dozer says hashtag legit.
yes, legit indeed.
That was legitness. So, next thing we want to get to. You know, we were just talking about my signature. And obviously, I think it might be worth some money now, right?
Possibly. You know, if it's seen on the chase, it's possible.
Well, the reason that you might want my autograph is I may or may not have been on TV for a couple of seconds the other night.
That's
so,
true.
Dave, I know we have that clip. Can you play this for me real quick? See if you notice anything.
That's how you greet a star.
You've heard
That's how you
Curious
greet
George,
the
man in the
interim
yellow
world
hat.
champion,
For those who don't know,
the
Wait for this.
champion of AEW,
yes, Curious
Jon
George.
Moxley.
For those of you who don't know,
What I
John
was
Moxley,
saying to Mr.
AEW
Ross,
champion.
I am a little
The
perturbed
man in the
because
yellow
on
shorts.
Jon Mo-
There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. There
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. I did a little John Madden for you there.
Kind of a big deal.
So, you know, the world's champion and John Moxley
Exactly.
on the same TV right there. I mean, how do you beat that?
The GOAT in Jon Moxley.
Yeah, all you guys got to do is just email me if you want an 8x10. I'll be signing those 8x10s for you. We'll slap a COA on the DA COA. We'll send them out to you.
Yep. It's like everyone's saying in the chat, legit.
Too legit to quit. You know what I'm saying? Also, AEW does have some Upper Deck card products. I know Spectrum is coming out later in the summer, but right now on dacardworld.com, you can find the AEW wrestling hobby boxes. Check those out. I think there's blaster boxes as well.
Yeah, and don't forget, for all the AEW fans in the Western New York area, they're actually coming to Buffalo in September now.
My man, they are. September 7th. You know I'm going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Wahoo's asked if I was getting a booth at StarCast. For those of you who don't know, StarCast, big wrestling convention, kind of like the National for sports cards that's coming up later in July. StarCast is the same. I know, I can't talk today. Here's the
Friday.
problem.
It's been a long week.
But it's okay. I call myself out, though. My brain moves way faster than my mouth, and that's what happens.
Yep, I'm same way.
Right? Okay. I'm glad. Hopefully everybody understands what I'm trying to do here. Sometimes it's unfortunate. It can be very unfortunate. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get to what's going on around the hobby. If you remember earlier, I was talking about that there is another 1-of-1 triple logo min that's going to hit the auction. Well, Golden is in possession of it and is going to be part of their July National Elite. This time, it's from 2006 Upper Deck Exquisite and features 3 of the greatest basketball players of all time. No argument. Kobe, LeBron, and MJ. Golden says it will be in that National Elite, the Elite auction, like I said, and it will be on display at the National in Atlantic City. Here's some photos we pulled up of it for you there. As you can see, PSA slabbed up, and it's authenticated, 1-of-1. I mean, gorgeous card.
Yeah, that's beautiful. My biggest question is, we talked about this, like, not on the show, but over under 2.8 million it goes for.
Yeah, I'm going to take the push.
You're gonna.
I think it could be 2.8.
Okay.
I'm not kidding.
2.85.
No, actually, I want to take the over. I lied. I'm going to take the over. I think it's going to be 3.
Yeah, because what did the LeBron triple Logan sell for? 2.4?
LeBron was 2.4.
So, honestly, I would probably take the over, too. Because you got MJ, you got Kobe, you got LeBron. 3 of the greats. It's, over 2.8. In fact, I'll set a new total over 3 mil.
You think over 3 mil?
I'm thinking so.
I'm going to go 3 mil. Because, I mean, it is a fantastic card. In my personal opinion, I would want that card more than the triple LeBron. That's just me. I would love to have LeBron, MJ, and Kobe. Because how many times can you say they're on the same card? Not often.
Right, and I agree. I'm a LeBron guy, and that LeBron triple Logan was sweet. It was awesome. But if you get a card with Michael, Kobe, and LeBron on it, that's literally one of a kind. It's one of one. Like you can't find that anywhere else. So I would definitely take that one over the LeBron triple Logan any day.
Yeah, and we'll have to keep an eye on that. Obviously, we'll see it at the National, so maybe we could check in and see what's going on with it there. On Tuesday, the San Jose Sharks announced that they hired former NHL player and Sabre great Mike Greer to fill the open general manager role. This move made Greer the first black GM in NHL history. Now, since the announcement, this upper deck card from 1997-1998, we'll put it up on the screen there as you can see, it's resurfaced on social media. And just, what an iconic card. Like, absolutely electric. It's just Greer just enjoying a slice of za.
That is one of the better cards I've ever seen. In fact, one of my buddies actually posted that on his Instagram and was like, this is one of the best cards I've ever seen. And I messaged him. I'm like, we're literally having that on the show tomorrow.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's so funny. I mean, and it's funny because, I don't know, had you seen it before it resurfaced on social media?
No, I hadn't.
Yeah, so I had some buddies growing up that were big hockey guys, and they had huge collections, right? And I remember we were thumbing through some stuff, and they had some, like, wacky cards like that one. Like, absolutely iconic. I remembered it right away. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, my God, Mike Greer eating pizza. How did I forget about that?
And I think we got some more unique cards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you and I got to talking, and we're like, well, why don't we pick out some unique cards that we've seen over time? So why don't we get to yours first?
Sure. So the one that I put in, Dave, if you don't mind pulling it up, it's a Derek Jeter Yankees card. And if you look, it looks like a normal Jeter card, but look in the background. You got George Bush, and then if you look in the dugout to Jeter's left, I believe, to my left at least, that's Mickey Mantle. So I remember this card as a young kid mainly because I actually own one. So I was looking through my card book last night, and I forgot that I even had this. It's just a base, and bases aren't really going for much on. I mean, they're like a couple bucks or whatever, but the one that I had on the screen, I believe, was $355. It went for on eBay. So crazy. A couple others that I found in my little card book that I thought were interesting was there was a Declaration of Independence card. It says George Withy, and on the back it's like a piece of the Declaration, like a puzzle piece. And then another one that I thought was cool was they had a campaign card from 1924, Calvin Coolidge versus John W. Davis. And I don't know, I thought it was just interesting. You don't see stuff like that often.
No, which I was talking earlier. If I'm not mistaken, I used to be a history buff. I think Calvin Coolidge is from Buffalo, if I'm not mistaken.
Sound off in the chat.
Or I know, maybe it was, or was it William McKinley?
I think it was McKinley.
I don't know. I don't want to go too off the rails into history. We'll stay on the track with sports history. I want to get to this story. I love this story. Oh, actually, I'm jumping ahead. My bad. First off, I want to stick with hockey, and I want to show you my out of the ordinary card. I have a couple. I want to show you this one first. I love this one.
Yeah.
Can you pull up the Jerome McGinley? Look at this. just McGinley just playing ping pong. I love it. And I know, like, over time I've heard guys like Phil Kessel, some other players talk how actually ping pong is very popular in the locker room.
Oh, yeah. I mean, works on the hand-eye. It's awesome. It's my favorite sport.
Oh, it's amazing. Just, Again, that might be before or after the game, but just in the socks, just ripping some ping pong.
Dave, can you go back to that picture for 1 second? I just gotta see something. Look at dude's quads.
Oh yeah,
Yoked.
he'd kill you with his legs.
Just absolutely yoked. All the power into the ping pong ball comes from the quads.
He'd choke you out with his legs, no problem.
Easily.
Did you have another one that you wanted to show?
I did not. That was the Jeter one was the main one,
And then
then the two others that I brought from home were really it.
So I decided to show one more because I'll tell you right now, this card pretty much captured my personality, I think, to a T. Baseball pitcher Chuck Finley. This is 1994. Check this one out.
Yes.
Him using the bat as a guitar. I mean, I don't think you could capture the essence of me or Chuck Finley more than right there where he's playing. It's amazing.
Just a complete grind sesh.
He looks like he's pretty good. Yeah, he looks like he's just absolutely shredding. You know
I
what I
wonder
mean?
what song he was playing.
Probably Stairway to Heaven.
Stairway to Heaven.
Maybe he's playing Hot for Teacher.
Hot. That's possible.
Trying to think what involves some tapping or just some fancy work like that.
Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine.
There it is. Okay, now I want to get to the story that I was talking about earlier. I went a little quick. I jumped the gun because I was so excited to talk about this. I love this story. So a former real estate investor and New Jersey mall owner, his name is Leo Ullman. He recently donated his massive Nolan Ryan collection to Stockton University. The school says Ullman's been working on this for 27 years and has nearly 15,000 items that were recently appraised at being worth more than $1 million. Now, among the 15,000 items, and I know we have a picture of one of the baseballs that is part of the collection. If we could show the baseball that's part of the collection and show Mr. Ullman, he's signing over his collection. Among these are progressive proofs of his various Topps cards, signed cowboy boots, high school yearbooks, and much more, which I thought was incredible, especially the cowboy boots and the yearbooks. So these items will actually be a part of a future class at Stockton University on collecting in the 2023 spring semester.
It's crazy, the stuff that he had
Yeah.
for Nolan Ryan.
It was the
cowboy
yearbooks for
boots.
me.
Like, of course, okay, a baseball by Nolan Ryan. Cowboy boots? Crazy. Cray-cray.
No, Nolan Ryan was a true cowboy. I mean, spent all those years in Texas, too. So
Yeah, he could
and
throw
Houston.
He could throw a punch, too. Just ask Robin Ventura.
YouTube. Go look it up on YouTube. One last thing, we want to do a little non-sports here for you, but our man Meerkat, he let us know about some, oh my goodness, I cannot talk today.
Meerkat let us know. Meerkat let us know
Meerkat
about.
Meerkat has some information on a recent Pokemon purchase. So, Meerkat, take it away. What do you got?
From everyone's favorite boxer.
We do have a new world record TCG purchase, Pokemon card purchase, and it was by Logan Paul. People might remember Logan Paul had his WrestleMania debut not too long ago. He came out with a PSA graded Pokemon card around his neck, blinged out, gold chain, diamonds encrusted all around it, obviously custom job. That was a Pikachu Illustrator card. Now that card, the Pikachu Illustrator, might be one of the rarest cards in all of card history there. There's a lot of lore behind it. It was first debuted by the Koro Comic Store in 1998 when they held an illustration contest. Only 39 participants of the illustration contest were deemed winners and received the card. So all you know is there's 39 of them out there.
Yeah.
From over 20 years ago. PSA has graded 20 of these cards. Only one of them receiving a 10, but nobody knowing who had it, whatever. It was a private collector. Logan Paul ends up getting in contact with him, making an offer of $4 million. Shut down. 4 months later, brings up the subject again. The guy says, I'll take $6 million or $4 million plus a PSA 9 Pikachu Illustrator card. And Logan Paul hunted down a PSA 9.
Yeah.
The guy in Italy, met the buyer in Dubai, made the trade, and that was now the record. Previously, before that, it was $840,000 for that PSA 9 Illustrator, although Logan Paul bought his that he used the trade for like 1.25, so $5.275 million, crushes the previous high for a TCG card. It crushes the price for sealed first edition booster boxes. This might be one of the rarest cards in all of sport TCG history.
That is something.
It's a lot of cabbage.
That's very eye-opening. When I hear things like that, it's just crazy that how that Ched just gets thrown around. You know what I mean?
Great research. Great
I was just
research,
say, thank you to
Meerkat.
Meerkat for that. We're gonna need him every once in a while, throughout each episode for something like that. I mean, we love having him on the mic. I love that he's mysteriously in the background, though.
Exactly. And you know what? Nobody's going to see this, but he's wearing a beautiful Oregon State Isaiah Hodgins jersey. So
It's gorgeous. I got it for him. Well, he paid me, but I got it for him, and I brought him as a present today, and he threw it right on.
humble brag.
What's that?
Humble brag. I got it for him.
I mean, no big deal. You know what I mean? So you heard me mention earlier that Cans Can. It's a program that uses sports cards to help a local community in Southern Illinois. Now, standing by right now, we have founder Greg Poole to share more about what Cans Can is. Good morning, Greg. Hey, how are you? That's okay. I'm sitting too, so don't worry. It's okay. Get comfortable. We want you to be comfortable.
Yeah, so thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. So first, I want to know, how did you yourself get into collecting?
So honestly, I've been a lifelong collector. I am the youngest of what could only be described as a mess of cousins. So I came into the world with about 8 or 9 older cousins that all collected in front of me. So honestly, from the time I was old enough to ask for things, that was what I asked for from my parents, and then just built up the community that way.
Very nice. Now, were you kind of all over the map? Were you one sport specific, or how did that go?
So baseball started with baseball. Huge Cardinals fan. We're in Cardinals country here. So branched off into basketball, dabbled into football until the NFL unceremoniously ripped the Rams away from us. So, but yeah, so main 3 sports, kind of dabbled in golf, hockey, a little bit of everything. Never really focused on one thing specifically.
So who's your PC right now? Like who's the Cardinal that you're chasing after, or have chased after in your past experiences?
Yeah, so my PC is kind of weird in that I collect more for sentimental purposes. And so growing up, like Willie McGee was my man. So I have a lot of Willie McGee's. When I was little, for some reason, I fell in love with Greg Olson. I think it was the name. And so I think I may have the world's foremost Greg Olson collection. I may be the only person with a Greg Olson collection.
Somebody's got it, right?
Somebody's got to have it. And then, so other than that, we're in Missouri Valley Conference country, so I do collect a little bit of the guys that I've seen down play ball here in the area. So the Kyle Korvers, the Doug McDermott's, guys like that. So
nice.
I wouldn't say that I PC for value or for future investments. Like I said, it's more for sentimental purposes.
I love that. Now I want to get into Cans Can. For those who may not know, what exactly is it?
Yeah, so for one, it's terrible branding. So it is a program and that I started about 20 years ago. It's getting further and further out. But about 20 years ago, just looked around and saw a lot of needs in our community. And really, as an 16, 17, 18-year-old, the only real currency that you have at that point, other than your burger job at McDonald's, was ball cards. And so really took to selling those at shows, other shops, and then flipping the money and using that to help out our community.
That's great. That's great. So I want to know, I read that you have 2 stores. So what function, what purpose do they serve to your program, those stores, the storefronts?
So one store is probably generously labeled a store. We do have some space that a gentleman has allowed us to use inside his consignment store. So 2 stores. My daughter, who's 7, she's 8 now, she really likes to say we have 2 stores, but that's semantics. And so really one is a full-time shop that we have that obviously we sell things in. And then the second one that we opened a little over 2 years ago it's another shop. It's bigger, but it also contains a lot of what we do in the community. So it has a spot. We converted part of our shop into the back, into a spot where teachers come in, they pick what they need. Students come in, pick what they need. We have a spot where social workers can come pick up diapers, bottles, formula, and things like that. So we had to expand just based upon our needs like that. So 2 storefronts, I think, might be a little generous. We technically, I guess, have 1 full-fledged storefront.
Very nice. So obviously we just talked about the 2 stores, and I know you said it might be generous for the 1, but is there any plan to expand further, or, what might we see there in the next upcoming months, weeks, years?
So we would love to expand just based upon the needs in our area. Just as an example, I think our local school district runs about an 85% poverty rate. So there's a whole bunch that we do with that. We do a lot with foster kids, buying them beds. And so, yeah, we obviously have a need to expand. The tricky part of that is 100% of what we stock is out of my personal collection. That's funded by me. We don't take any money back for that. That's all paid by me. So, we'd love to expand. Like I said, the hobby right now kind of makes that tricky when technically you don't make any money. We have kind of a terrible business model in that aspect. So we'd love to expand. We did go to the National last year as a visitor and kind of threw our business cards at people. The expansion would be fantastic.
That's great. No, I love that. So I want to know, I know you said you went to the National last year. So what's kind of the next adventure for Cans Can? What's coming up in, a couple weeks or months? Do you have, because I know you use it to fund, social activities in that as well. So.
Yeah. So honestly, after I leave today, we're gonna go cook some meals. We're kind of diversified. So as I'm like the owner, the floor sweeper, the CEO, all kinds of things. So later we will go. We have community meals. We deliver to shut-ins, and that's about 11 o'clock today. And then we're gonna turn around and we've got an ice cream social planned at an assisted living facility. So it's just stuff like that ball cards and memorabilia allows us to do those kind of things.
Amazing. So aware of many hats, today specifically a St. Louis Cardinals hat.
Yeah. I'm only allowed to wear this outside of the house because it is starting to stink a little bit. It was red when I bought it. It's now of a grayish brown color.
That means you're getting good use out of it.
This in the house. Yeah. My wife says I can't wear this in the house anymore.
All right. Lastly, I want to know, where can we find Cans Can on social media, and how can folks get involved with the program?
Yeah, so we're on Facebook. We do have a TikTok. I'm learning TikTok. I always wondered why my grandma could not figure out the remote when I was younger, and now that I'm older, I'm trying to figure out TikTok. So we're trying that. We have an Instagram page. We have a website, so you can check us all out there. We do kind of share some of the breaks that we do. Like I said, as somebody who doesn't necessarily have the largest amount to invest in, sometimes our breaks aren't, ultimate collection or pristine, but we do post what we have on there. And then honestly, if anybody wants to get involved, we're always looking for inventory. Everything that's donated to us as a 501c3 charity can be written off on your taxes. So if you are sitting on things in your garage that you're like, man, I wonder what I could do with these, you can donate them to us and get the tax benefits. And so we either sell them or we do give them away. I've lost count, honestly, but we're over the 3 million mark in terms of cards donated. We go out to local little leagues. This past year, we started a program where kids can turn in book reports to us, and we would give them packs of cards. And the more they turned in, they climbed the progressive ladder on the pack value. And so amongst many of my other jobs, I'm now a book report proofreader.
Amazing. Yeah, look at that. You just keep adding. You got a Hall of Fame resume already.
We try not to say no, and the good thing about what the hobby has turned into lately is it's allowed us more funding than we probably ever would have had. When I started, I thought I was going to get rich on my Greg Jeffries rookie cards. That didn't happen, but luckily it's boomed and it's morphed into something else.
Love that. Well, Greg, before I let you go, I have somebody here that wants to talk to you, a very special guest of ours. His name is Chris Bandura, and he heads up our Cards Matter program. So I'm going to shoot it over to Chris, and he's going to talk to you.
Greg, thank you so much for everything you've been doing with Cans Can and everything you do in the community there. I'm not going to keep you any longer than we have today, but on behalf of Cards Matter, we want to help your inventory. So we are going to be donating over $10,000 worth of product to you. We're going to be shipping that over. So hopefully you have some room coming your way. We couldn't fit it all on here. So, but this gives you a little bit of an idea of everything. So we're extremely excited to be a part of your Cans Can family, and hopefully this helps you out.
Yeah, no, hey, we welcome you to the family, and we appreciate that so much. Sometimes we wonder how we're going to open the doors the next day, and this will definitely go a long way to keeping us going.
Well, Greg, continue all the great things you're doing in your community, and look out for more Cards Matter stuff.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for joining us, Greg. Have a great one. Have a good weekend.
Anytime. Yes, sir.
All right. Bandura, thanks for that. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on your great set.
Yeah, you know what? We'll get you on a little longer next time, but, you know, we want to dip your toes in the water.
People only want to see me so much.
Yeah, I think your time's almost up, right? Pretty much?
Pretty much now.
All right, let's go on to what is coming out today, what's hitting the shelves. First off, 2021 Leaf Trinity Baseball. Let's show it on the screen if we can. It is coming out today. Dave says 1 second. 2, 3.
See, I'm on longer than we all wanted.
I think, did you put money in Dave's pocket?
Only a 5.
You mean to tell me you did it for a 5? Oh my goodness, you're killing me. Dave, you should have at least got like 20. That would have paid for lunch. Anyways, here is Trinity. It is hitting shelves today, 2021. It is a prospect product that will feature patches and autographs of future stars. You're looking for 6 autographs per box. And as you can see on the screen here, we've got guys like Marcelo Mayer, an extended rookie. I know Bobby Witt's on there as well. I think actually, too, somebody I forgot to mention the other day, front and center, an extended rookie of Al Leiter's son. I mean, come on, that's awesome. I'd love to see a dual auto of Al and his son there. Obviously, a pitching prospect for Texas. Next up is, ladies and gentlemen, it's here. 2021, 2022 Panini Prism basketball. Now I know why. I think I said Contenders basketball earlier, and somebody was like, you already opened that. Well, that's probably because I meant Prism. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having a rough Friday. But here we go. As you can see on the screen here, 2 autographs per box, 22 Prisms per box, 10 inserts per box. Make sure you are looking for hobby-exclusive rookie signatures. But then you can see on the screen here, obviously, you know, the black. Actually, see that Cade Cunningham in the middle right there? I believe it's been pulled, which is crazy. So definitely, I think it's surfaced, but plenty of more good black finite cards to look out for. Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley, of course. But there you go. You see some fireworks. You see the 75th anniversary cards there. Some really nice looking cards. So I think I'm done just looking at the cards. I don't want to just look at them anymore. Oh, hey, look who's back. Oh, Cheerful Frogman says I had too many martinis last night.
Troy had too many martinis last night.
Listen, all I had was a DC like a gentleman. I had some Diet Coke like a gentleman. All right, so I'm sick of looking at the cards. We saw all those beautiful cards. Why don't we get some of those cards? It's time for a rip. It's time for a box giveaway. I'm excited. David's pumped about this because he's been waiting to rip some basketball.
Get a rip.
I forgot. That's right. The basketball that we ripped is when you were in Chantilly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Jordan
Sadness.
Parks. Jordan Parks. We want David. What about me? I'm just kidding. It's not all about me. All right. We're going to do it. We got it here. 6 packs each. 12 packs in the whole box. There you go. We're always exposing my stuff here, my notes and that. 2 autographs, 22 prisms. I can't cut it with this. Oh, Meerkat Deer. There he is. Meerkat never lets you down. He's always there when I need it. So if we can go to the above. There we go. Thank you. The overhead, if you will. Ooh, a little bit of noise there. What? That was honestly impressive. Guys, I want to let you know that Bandura just like
Slid out.
wiggle
Yeah.
James Bond slid underneath the door.
That was sick. I couldn't. I don't think I could.
That
do
was
it.
amazing. That was amazing. I don't think I could. All right, there you go. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, a
and
2, a
6.
3, a 4.
1, 2, 3. All right.
Yes.
There's David's 6-packs.
6-pack, eh?
6-pack, eh? Oh, don't you know? All right. Empty. You heard it hit the ground. I'll pick that
Bing
up later.
bong.
Bing bong. I haven't heard that in a while.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Okay, so prediction in the chat. Who will pull the heat in this rip? Troy or David?
Hobo, yeah. Sound off in the
Bulldozer,
chat.
Appreciate it. Bulldozer says David's turn. Wahoo says 200K on Troy, question mark. Shiloh 3 going with David on this one. Jordan Parks 20K on the under. Enjoyable gaming 926 points on me. Oh so fine. I say David. Everyone's saying me. Man, you're putting the pressure on me.
Bro, they hate me.
This is you know what? All this pressure is good preparation for my big cornhole finals later.
Oh, God. Yeah. Oh, Cheerful Frogman. There we go. Wow, they're all with you. They hate me. It's all right. Haters are my motivators. All right. Let's get it. The Claw, Andre Drummond. Always love the look of Prism, too. Just a classy look. Oh, not a good card there. Justin Holiday. Tobias Harris. Ooh, what do we got?
What do we got? What do we got?
Bones. Bones Highland.
Nice.
You like
Meerkat-
Bones?
Meerkat
Oh, you're a Nugget.
favorite.
You're a Nuggets guy, Meerkat. There you go. Bones, Highland. And who we got here? Oh, Dansumu. That's out of Ayo Dosunmu out of 99.
Ayo. Uh-oh, what is this?
Troy took 61% of the votes, is what Wahoo says. We shall see. There you go.
What was that last one?
We've
James
got
Harden.
a
Oh, no, that's
Mindset
Zion. I'm sorry.
Zion, The Truth, and Isaiah Todd rookie, and then KG.
KG.
All right, let's flip it over to David
All right.
for his first pack.
I got to check. Make sure my camera's all good. Oh, okay. I got to slide over here a little bit. Look at the... Do you like the mic?
Well, here, push it out. Well, that's all right. We can't hear you then.
Sorry. Meerkat's just opening the door right now. Important matters to take care of. Okay, we got Paul Millsap, Jishan Tate, Anthony Edwards, little bass, Reggie Jackson, Robert Williams III, and look at this guy. Dave is coming in to the rescue. Chris Middleton, Alex Caruso. Who does this say? Oh, Anthony Hardaway. Giannis. Nice little fearless. Karl Malone. Chris Duarte. And Tim Duncan. All right, pack one done.
It's dudes that Wahoo's. I can't say that. Love you too, Steven. Troy Slavkovsky with the late line movement. You best believe it. All right. What do we got here? Second pack. Brandon Ingram. Harrison Barnes. Patrick Beverly. Marvin Bagley the third. Buddy Hield. Bogdanovich. Ooh, wow. That's awesome. How about Petrovic?
Nice.
A little red there, a little red wave. I like that. Petrovic, a little red wave action. Nice.
They're nice.
Very nice. Thomas Bryant, Prismatic De'Aaron Fox.
Not bad.
I like that.
Decent.
Now, see, on the screen when we were showing the prototype cards, if you will, or the example cards, I saw a white prismatic. So the black, is that short print, a little numbered, a little parallel? Either way, nice looking card there. Oh, there we go. How about a Franz Wagner rookie? Wagner, Aaron Wiggins, and then Tony Kukoc. I like that.
Yes.
All right, let's flip it over to David.
Enjoyable gaming. That was definitely a fail for pack 1. Hey, pack 2 though. Here we go.
Wait, Enjoyable Gaming's got a quote for you. Why don't you
I
say the
see
quote?
that. Success is most often achieved by those who don't know that failure is inevitable. All right, Jamal Murray base. TJ Warren, recently signed by the Brooklyn Nets. Peyton Pritchard, young Boston Celtic. Devontae Graham. Thaddeus Young. Moses Brown, Cavs legend. Ooh, we got some pretty stuff here. Zion.
Yeah.
Little red action. It's pretty sweet.
This is Zion red, huh?
Yeah, Zion red.
I like it.
Brandon Boston Jr. Bradley Beal. Fireworks. That's pretty cool. Do you see that, y'all? Yes. Josh Christopher. Wang ZZ. Never heard of that dude, but that's cool. And Kessler Edwards, rookie base.
Very nice. Let's flip it back to me now, eh? All right. Yes, I know that is you. Don't worry. I know that's you, Poops. Thundercat. Wah, wah, wee, wah. Shouldn't you be working? Shouldn't you be working, Thundercat? Calling you out right there. All right. Duncan Robinson. Claxton. Naismith. Saban Lee. Isaiah Stewart. Fultz. There you go. Prism of RJ Hampton. Ooh, Gary Trent Jr. Blue cracked ice.
That's pretty sweet.
Let's see the numbering on that. That is going to be 59 of 125. Gorgeous right there.
Not bad. Not
Love
bad.
that. Love that.
Sorry, I'm a little behind the 8 ball right now. I'm going. All
Fireworks Embiid. Luka Garza rookie. Wilt the Stilt. Queta rookie. And that's going to do it for my pack.
All right, here we go. Pack 3. Oh, I think you guys saw the name on the back of that one. I just want to check. Can you guys hear me all right?
I can hear you.
All right,
Yep.
cool. DeAndre Hunter. Thomas Bryant, recently signed by the Lakers. Jonas Valanciunas. Brooke Lopez. Josh Jackson of the Pistons. Cavs legend, Karis LeVert. Patty Mills. Terrence Ross, little red action. Numbered out of 299. So Terrence Ross, 10
Nice.
out of 299.
Ooh, Terrence Ross.
Damian Lillard, 75 years of the NBA. Herbert Jones, little rookie card, not bad. Patrick Ewing, and one of my favorite players, Josh Giddey.
Oh, Josh Giddey rookie?
Josh Giddey
Oh,
rookie.
we got to sleeve that up. Nice.
All right.
All right, here we go. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm kind of a little staticky right now, but
No problem.
I got you.
Oubre Jr., D-Load, Ty Jerome, Aminu. There you go, a little LaMelo. And we've got a Brandon Ingram. Love that. Who's behind? Oh, now we got a Blake Griffin, purple cracked ice. That is out of 149. Blake Griffin,
pretty
purple
sweet.
cracked ice. I love that. We got here widescreen, Dame time. D Wade. Oh, yeah. Evan Mobley rookie. There you go, right there.
There you go.
Gorgeous.
The
Get
man,
that
the
right
myth.
in his sleeve. And then right behind him, Brandon Boston Jr. All right.
All right. Pack 4. Let's get it. Exactly enjoyable gaming. As one of my friends would say, last pack magic is where it's at. But we still got this one and 2 more. So Davis Bertans, Denny Avdija. Hey, a little Clay Thompson action. Some Devin Booker.
Chelsea Dagger
Kyle
says.
Kuzma.
Chelsea Dagger says, this is it, David.
Oh, boy. All right. Isaac Okoro. Okay. Evan Fournier. Little red. Not numbered. Shake Milton. Looking gold. 34 out of 49. So, nice little Shake Milton. Russell Westbrook. Lakers mindset. Sheed Wallace. Jalen Suggs, and then John Stockton.
Nice.
So, a little better there.
Hey, why don't you do the folks a favor and let them know how they are going to win this one? How do they enter in this?
Yes. So, as always, we're going to do our giveaway. And, of course, you need to type in a key word. Well, we're going to do a key phrase today. Key phrase is ball don't lie. Make sure you put the apostrophe in don't.
There you go. Ball don't lie. Make sure you are chatting that on Twitch or commenting on the YouTube replay.
Thank you very much, Troy.
There we go. No problem. Amari Stoudemire, Prism. Moses Brown. Another Prism. Oh, an Anthony Edwards prismatic this time. So, all right, we got two per box. So maybe it's not as short print as I thought, but nonetheless, Ant Edwards, nice card there. Trey Mann. Not Giddy, but his partner there in Oklahoma. Kispert, we love pulling Corey Kispert.
Just tune into Trivia Tuesday.
Right? And then Bruce Brown.
All right, pack 5. We got to get something. We got to get. Got to get something here.
I mean, ball don't lie.
Ball does not lie. All right. Pack 5. Here we go. Lonnie Walker. Bradley Beal. Bryn Forbes. I really hate how they keep flipping them. Nicholas Batum. Batum goes to Dynamite. Cavs legend. Jordan Clarkson on the Jazz, obviously. Domantas Sabonis. Jason Preston Clippers rookie card. Jonas Valanciunas.
Valanciunas? God bless you. What do you got? What do you got for us?
Prismatic.
Who's
Ja
that?
Morant.
Nice. Okay, so these prismatic, probably not as short print as I thought. Nice looking cards, though. Good
Ty
inserts.
Jones, JT Thor, and Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
There you go. All right, last pack for me. And I think you got one more pack, right?
I do have one more.
All right, we're going to rip through these ones. Here we go. Lewis Jr., Oladipo, Nwara. Which I believe Nwara is a Western New Yorker.
He is. He went to Park.
Marshall, De'Aaron Fox, Dragic. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. There's supposed to be 2 autos. Neither of us have gotten an auto yet, so that means the autos have to be in these 2 packs.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Literally.
I smell some last pack magic.
Karl Anthony Towns. Widescreen prism of Steph Curry, not Seth. There it is. Oh, did I see the... Oh, I saw Detroit Pistons. That's going to be a rookie, Luka Garza. I thought it was going to be Cade. I'm not going to lie. I was pretty hyped for a second there. All right, so there you go. Luka Garza.
Garza was sick at Iowa.
Quentin Grimes, Vince Sanity, and Bones Highland rookie. There you go.
All right. I know Steve will say something if I don't say it, so last pack. Magic. Magic.
Oh, Team David, we got this.
All right, come on. CP3. Monte Morris, Spider, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, Dwight Howard, Isaiah Roby, Terrence Ross, again, Victor Oladipo, numbered out of 199.
Nice.
Numbered out of 199. Very nice.
There you go. Very nice.
Little firework. Luca. And Anthony Hardaway, excuse me. Bam Adebayo and Miles McBride. So
One auto, huh?
one auto.
Okay.
Apparently.
All right. Definitely something to note there. Nonetheless, make sure that you are commenting in either the Twitch chat or on YouTube. Ball don't lie. And that will enter you into the giveaway for this box. The Luca Garza auto we pulled. And then, of course, some nice cracked ice. We saw a purple and a blue. Some other prisms in there. I think it was 22 prisms per box. So definitely some good numbered ones mixed in there. Keep an eye out for that. Now, we've got another very special guest with us. Talk about some TV magic. While we were ripping the box, our head buyer, Reed, is joining us right now. So let's go out to the wide shot and introduce Reed, the man himself. There he is.
There he is.
He's ready for his debut. How you doing, Reed?
Good. We have to use the word wide shot?
No. What do you prefer?
Let's say skinny.
All right. We'll call it the skinny shot.
We'll call it-
We wanted to introduce Reed in the skinny shot. See, look at him. Slim. We're all looking slim today.
How you doing?
We're doing all right. Got done with a nice little rip there of some modern product. I know you deal with both a little modern, but also a lot of vintage too.
Yeah, I didn't recognize any of those names.
No?
None. Clueless.
So where was the point for you where you just were like, I don't know any of the names anymore? Like, what do you think? What year up to can you get to, and then it's just like a blur?
I think, so I moved to Buffalo in 2004. And prior to that, I had a card shop. And so in Hawaii, the card shops are open when all the games are going on the East Coast and the West Coast. So I watched everything. And so at 2004, it kind of stops for a lot of sports. And it kind of dragged on a little bit, but I do so much, I travel so much, I can't get invested in watching sports the way you would think somebody in my job would.
Right.
So other than the NFL, I don't make any sort of commitment for anything. It's a dirty little secret I have, but I haven't watched an NBA Finals game in years. I've never seen a World Cup game in my life. The World Series, I might catch like the couple final out just to see them, celebrate.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Stanley Cup, but I watch every NFL game I can get myself in front of the TV for, and that's about it.
That's fair. I mean, that is a dirty little secret, and we weren't even trying to expose. I didn't want to expose you there,
No,
but
I don't advertise it, but I definitely tell people it's because I go to people's houses, I meet people, and they
Yeah.
talk about all these different things. Like, I have no idea who you're talking about. All these prospects, it's so hard to keep up. A good example is like looking at a Beckett. If you took a Beckett and you covered all the years, like the Bible for all the different sports,
yeah,
this will be all the years here, and then like this will be just the last 10 years of cards.
right.
So if I can master this part of all the other years before, I'm good.
Yeah,
But this new part, impossible. I don't know how anyone does it. It's too tough to keep up with. So if we're gonna draw the line between vintage and modern at wherever, I'm perfectly comfortable in vintage.
Now I got to know your trips. Is it one of those things where you're so in and out that, is there sometimes where you go to places and you have a little bit of free time to maybe possibly go to a game and enjoy the sites or like different stadiums and anything like that?
So building in a trip, especially when there's one appointment after another, you kind of like, I got to do something to break up the monotony. So, if I have friends or relatives around the country, I'll try to squeeze a visit in. It's not always easy with a truck. If I have a smaller vehicle, it's okay, but sometimes I have the 26-foot truck. You can't just park that thing anywhere.
Yeah.
It's
right.
It limits where I can eat, it limits where I can stay, and it definitely limits where I can go. So like, I have a friend that lives in the north end of Boston. Never going to his place. Can't get
happen.
there. I mean, it's just a one-way streets and narrow cobblestone roads. So he's got to meet me somewhere else other than at his place.
People got to come to you.
Exactly. So sometimes we have to meet somewhere and then we can go somewhere else. But I try to squeeze in different games here and there. It doesn't happen very often. but I do look in advance on the calendar
Yeah.
to know if I'm going to be in the area. So I try to do those kind of things. Planning vacations off of buying trips kind of helps too. I mean,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's convenient to be in a certain area, and you can take a vacation and then just start from there. So yeah, I try to do things. It doesn't always work out that way.
Sure.
Because if you have several appointments or sometimes up to like 24 appointments on a buying trip, look, I know it's gonna take this long.
Yeah.
It's gonna do this. I don't want to rush, but I can't stay here because I can talk about cards all day.
Yeah.
So, you gotta kind of like keep things moving, stick to a schedule, and it kind of goes from there.
Now that road life, does it ever get to you, or like do you ever see yourself slowing down and staying more grounded at home, or what's that like for you? Because I know you've been at it so long.
So it'd be nice if every deal I went to took a few days. It was a 6-figure deal, and I didn't have to keep packing and unpacking my stuff every night at a different hotel.
Yeah.
And so these days the deals get bigger. I don't buy too many small deals because it's not a good use of time. So there's no dollar amount, but it's definitely something where like I can't make these stops for $1,000 and $2,000 deals anymore. So more than the travel, it's the type of deals that I buy. Like I'm not old, I'm 48, but the days of carrying 60-pound junk wax cases out of somebody's basement is coming to an end. It's not going to happen much longer. I don't mind doing it.
Yeah.
But there are times where I question my occupation for doing this because, I like to say it. I'm a white collar person doing a blue collar job sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to school to study business. I've done this my entire life. But if you're carrying 100 cases out of somebody's basement, I'm a day laborer.
Yeah.
Like, why am I doing this?
Right.
So yes, it'll change, but more for the reasons of physical labor than it is the travel itself.
I see. I thought that's what kept you slim, though. In that slim shot with that,
if it wasn't for days like that of lugging somebody's stuff out of their house, I would look a lot bigger. I'd be more card dealer-esque.
There you go. Yeah. You break the mold. I mean, look at that fantastic shirt. Obviously, it's Hawaiian Shirt Friday.
Shirt's beautiful.
If you ever want to feel good about yourself, go to a card show. I'm skinny, dude.
So the chat wants to know, big traveling guy, Marriott, Hilton, or Hyatt?
David Adams doesn't have that kind of expense account. So I get to choose wherever I want to stay.
Nice.
The problem with those 3 places, as great as they are, is that you can't park 26-foot trucks in their parking lot because usually they're in the city or they have a parking ramp or something of that nature. And so I've found over the years that the IHG family hotels, Holiday Inn, Holiday Inn Express, Crown Plazas, they work because they have like their little convention halls or their little meeting rooms or whatever.
Yeah.
So they have larger parking. I've got a pretty good, network, I guess, of places that I stay over and over again because I know I'm going to have a stall for me. I know my truck's going to be there when I come back out in the morning.
Nice.
So yeah, it's IHG. For me, I don't pretty much stay there exclusively.
I was gonna say it always seems to come back to that truck, though.
It is. That's, if you don't take things into consideration driving around that truck, you're gonna end up off the road somewhere. I got stuck in a mud one time. I backed into a ditch one time. I had to unload the truck to get it out. Anyone who lives in and around New York City knows about parkways and throughways, and parkways around New York City. I almost learned the hard way that there's a height limit.
Yeah.
Getting onto the parkway is fine.
Yeah.
It's just that sooner or later you're going to hit that low bridge.
Right. Yeah.
Low overhang.
Yeah.
So I once got pulled over a quarter mile before I turned my truck into a convertible. I mean, literally the cop saw me, pulled me over, and I had no idea. I just wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
It's the best ticket I ever got. And the guy helped me, reverse up to like a service road and got me off the road. So, the things you don't normally think about, I'm not saying it's difficult or anything, but the things you don't think about when you're traveling versus traveling with a truck, I mean, there's just a little bit more to consider.
Yeah.
If you go to a Penske truck rental dealership, sometimes you'll see somebody turn the truck into a convertible, and you'll see the remnants sitting in their parking lot. So it does happen.
Yeah, I have a feeling the ticket was way more affordable than would have had to been paid for turning it into a
It's not
convertible.
even that. It's a store would never go away. and never outlive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another question here. Hobo Fuzz wants to know, what was the most memorable sealed wax find from all your years of buying? Do you have one in particular?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say they all start to blur together, but it's been a long time.
Yeah.
You know, I've it's been documented, on social media from time to time over the years. But you know, I bought a deal when I was working for another company in Westchester County, outside of New York City, where the entire basement was just full of wax.
Wow.
And it's all stuff from like the late 70s into the 80s. You know, my good friend Rob Barris, who owns Burbank Sports Cards.
Yeah.
You know, Rob is the biggest singles dealer in the world. But Rob, for years, was just sitting on and accumulating unopened boxes. So as far as the biggest deal I ever bought, it took me 3 weeks to clear out Rob's back room, but I filled 41 pallets.
Yeah.
And brought it all back. So that's the largest deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're really crazy stuff, like 50s and 60s unopened. That doesn't find me. You know, that goes straight to an auction house. I'm not even trying to look for that. But for the reason why I get involved usually for deals is, one, it's because of the money, is the dollar amount, but two, it's because somebody's got a collection that just, it's impossible to move. Like they can't do it. They don't know how to get it out of there. They need somebody to do the labor. They need somebody to have the resources, and that's where I get involved.
Nice. So we had talked yesterday before you came on, and I wanted to know what's going on for the National, because I know you are coming with us. So what's the plan for later this month?
So the National is the most important year for our hobby. It's where we get all this good press. The media is there to cover it. It's a general feel-good kind of show. It's the most important week for me because it's the one time I get to meet people. I usually keep the second half of my year open because I know I'm going to get people come up to me with leads. They're going to come up to me. They want to have a 5-10 minute discussion about their collection. They're looking to sell, and we see if we can make plans to meet up. It's not a lot of buying from dealers. I don't need to, I guess, deal with the aggravation of trying to buy something from a dealer. I'm sure they say the same thing about me. But, basically, I'm there to buy from the public.
Yeah.
I don't have time. I honestly haven't walked around the National really in probably 8 or 9 years. I can just park myself in the booth, and it's just a nonstop stream of people who want to chat, want to say hello, never met me before.
Yeah.
I'm like a minor celebrity in this hobby. It's still a little weird. You talk about people, celebrities who get approached and talked to like while they're using the bathroom.
Yeah.
That's me at a card show.
Oh,
It's
that's awesome.
It's surreal. So I pretty much, I'm at the booth. I'll be at our main booth in the corporate area.
Okay.
And people will come up to me constantly, looking to sell stuff, looking to make a connection, and then possibly set something up for the future.
I'm definitely going to be on the lookout now for you posing for pictures and people maybe wanting you to sign something there or come up and meet you.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna be right there in the booth, so I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out for that.
We're gonna need a read counter, like a pitch counter for every person that comes in.
Yeah, right. That comes up looking for him. I'm like, you're not looking for us. You're looking for Reed. He's over there.
Yeah.
We'll have to do an over/under on that one too.
There you go. Yeah, that'll be interesting. So I see you brought some stuff here. I know I had asked you to do a little show and tell. So what do you got here? Is this some recent stuff or just some stuff you wanted to show off?
So things I've bought in recent months. It's been a up and down kind of year for buying. I assume that a lot of the smaller deals around the country are being bought up by the weekend warriors or the guys who are trying to make a go at this as a side hustle or as their main source of income. And I don't mind that because, again, I'd like to buy bigger deals.
Yeah.
But I still, deals, having done this such a long time, deals find me. And one of the places, everyone's got their place or their little area they focus on. Well, it's referred to as the honey hole, right? So my honey hole is my home state of Hawaii. I'm born and raised there. I had a shop there for 7 years. It's still in existence. My old business partner still owns the store. But I used to work at a couple card shops throughout college, and I started selling cards in high school at card shows. And so I know a lot of people, and a lot of that stuff is still sitting there. And I get the opportunity to go home once, maybe twice a year to just buy stuff. And so that's where this came from. It's Bird Magic Box 8081 Topps Basketball,
Wow.
and you know, it's a pretty hard box to find. It's you know, the whole pandemic push of Jordan kind of spilled over immediately after everyone wanted to buy Jordan cards again. It spilled over to everybody Jordan played with.
Yeah.
You know, so the Bird Magic rookie and all the associated products kind of just got a huge boost. And so this is actually one of, I think, 3 boxes that we have that I'll bring some stuff to the National. As much as I want to try to buy stuff there, I'll bring some stuff, you know, to my little section of the booth.
Yeah.
And so dug this out of Hawaii. You know, it's, you don't think about cards in there because there's no professional teams or whatever.
Yeah.
But cards are big there just like anywhere else. People don't know gambling is not legal in Hawaii. There's no scratch tickets. There's no lottery. There's nothing like casinos.
Yeah.
And so this is the next best thing.
Yeah.
Having owned the card shop for many years, I can tell you that this is the next best thing.
Well, I was gonna say too. I remember how you said, like, you know, the influx of looking for Jordan and people he played with. I mean, I got to assume too for these two, it's got to be their role that they played in The Last Dance. I feel like, you know, a lot of people watched that and saw everybody who Jordan played with, and you know, as soon as that happened, everybody wanted to run out and find this stuff.
For sure, especially if you were too young or didn't live through all that.
Yep.
You know, not a lot of collectors these days. I know it sounds so ridiculous, but didn't see Bird or Magic play. You know, so there, it's you know, 86 Clear basketball is the king as far as modern basketball sets go. You know, you can talk about 96 Chrome basketball, you can talk about 61 Fleer, although that's kind of old, but you know, this set has something to it. I mean, there's something about having Bird Magic on the same card. There's something about the perforations on the card. There's so many different things about it that it's got that nice appeal to it. People still want to buy this. I don't know if anyone's opening it anymore, but there's definitely some demand for it.
I think the best part that I want to point out, one of the best parts, 25 cents says on the box. 25 cents.
Yep.
Yeah. Cards were cheap back in the day.
I know. I wish that were still the case, you know?
I actually don't, because if cards are still this cheap,
True.
couldn't make a living doing it.
That's a good point.
No.
It's a good point. That's very well said.
Yeah.
Another question for you from the chat. Cheerful Frogman. Is the industry's forever rookie cards and autos, or do you think the vintage and patch/memorabilia will make a comeback?
So they're talking about like modern cards, like what they consider key rookies, or
Yeah, I think they're saying, you know, now what we're seeing in the modern, do you think the industry going forward and the hobby, is everybody just going to be looking for rookies and autos, or do you think, you know, the vintage and patch memorabilia will make a comeback and, you know, still be, or, you know, hold that value that these rookie cards and autos do now?
I mean, rookies are definitely what drives everything. I mean, that, especially if you're motivated by money or future profit.
Right.
Is there a concern about vintage? Vintage is as strong as ever. If it wasn't, I'd be sitting around all day doing nothing. So vintage is still very strong. It hasn't experienced the dip in that new stuff has on occasion. New stuff will obviously go through different ups and downs, especially based on the season.
Yep.
So right now, there's a natural pullback for basketball because the season's over. But, you know, it's going to start up in a couple months again. So, you know, now's opportune time. But rookie cards will always be what drives the hobby. The difficult part is that trying to understand, especially when somebody has got 70, 80, 90 different rookie cards, which ones are going to stay popular. And you can't predict it. I mean, you go over the course of the years and you think about, well, like, oh, SPF, I think, used to be hot. And then it became contenders because of the autographed rookie cards. And then Prism came along, and then Prism becomes the one to get. And, like, I'm still stuck on contenders autos, you know, but clearly if I was choosing to invest in contenders autos over the years, while it's still great, I know that number one for the, I guess, the affordable brands is Prism. And in 10 years, it might be something else. And so, you know, you kind of got to be fluid about it. If you're a collector, it shouldn't matter. But if you're thinking about this from the investment point of view, which I know a lot of people do, you know, you have to stay on top of things, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I notice obviously you have another little chest here with a couple other things
So-
if you'd like to show off.
So this is in response to the big news about PSA saying they're going to start grading star cards. Yeah.
Ah.
Your boy over here has been saving some stuff.
Oh boy.
And so
I see
I
something.
knew it was coming, so I had put some of these on the side. These are the Jordan. I'll face this one.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, show
These
them off.
are the Jordan rookies.
Yes.
They are the Star 101s. PSA announced last week that they will be grading Star Company basketball again, and so, and they've even talked about grading the unopened packs themselves.
Okay.
So this is going to be pretty big. It's pretty big news. I mean, PSA is the leading grading company. It's the one that I use exclusively, with the exception of one thing, which is Star Basketball. And then I send that to Beckett.
Okay.
And so I don't know how this is all going to play out. I'm not sure to what extent PSA is going to get involved. But I've been holding these for the right occasion, I guess. And so, I figured I'd show what I've been put aside. I don't have much more in here, but
No, yeah.
I put aside also this. These are the that's the Jordan 10 card set.
Okay. Oh yeah. Are those the ones that came through the mail?
So Star Company was the only licensed product at the time.
Yeah.
Topps gave up their license in the early 80s. And before Fleer came around in 86, Star was just making these team sets. And so they didn't come in packs or like packs and boxes the way traditional cards are, which is why Beckett doesn't give this like an official rookie card designation like 86 Fleer basketball for Jordan.
Gotcha.
It's considered an XRC. And so, everyone can stand on one side of the issue or the other about which is Jordan's true rookie card. Like, I understand this one came out first, but there's nothing like a pack pulled, Jordan rookie. I love Star Company basketball. If Star Company didn't tank in the mid 90s, college would have been paid for.
Yeah.
But it did. And so I had student loans. But if you ask me which one is the better one, Star Company purists are going to hate it, but it's 86 Fleer basketball.
Yeah.
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 But Star Company is just hard to find. I mean, the print run on the Jordan 101, the rookies,
Yeah.
it's about, I said 4,000 or 5,000 sets. I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
It's, Fleer Jordan rookies, I think the print run's like $250,000. So,
Wow.
there's hard to get.
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
hard to get. So.
And I know with Star, not only the Jordans, there also is the Barkley and Olajuwon, I believe, as well. Correct.
For this year, yeah.
For that year.
It's Sparkly, Olajuwon, Stockton.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
That's Stockton too.
Yeah.
And actually, because I did see Nat Turner did tweet yesterday that a couple already came back, one of the Jordans and one of the Stocktons.
I think those are his. I think those are his that they're using for the tests or for the educating the graders on the cards and what to look for, and then trying to figure out a baseline for how to grade them.
So you're definitely in favor of this move, to say the least.
Yeah, I mean it's a long time coming. I understand why Star or PSA decided not to grade Star for a long time, and look, it's their company. They do what they want. They do what they feel comfortable. And for whatever reason, they decided to do it now. It's not for the money. They're just trying to, keep an open mind.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody pointed out on a message board I looked at. It's like there's so little Star Company out there. How much money could PSA possibly generate from deciding to do this? I mean, when you weigh the risk and reward, at one time the risk just greatly outweighed the benefits. But Nat is a new owner. He's got his own ideas. He's going to think things through. He doesn't have to report to shareholders the way they used to before.
Yeah.
And so he gets to do and push these initiatives. And I think it's a great thing. Star Company collectors probably think it's a great thing too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes from here and what I choose to do with this, because this has been sitting in this thing for a long time.
Yeah. The funny thing is that you must have cleaned it off, because I didn't see any dust on it or anything.
Oh, this is hidden away. Yeah.
Well, Reed, I really appreciate you taking time out of your day.
Yeah.
Thanks for the stories, the show and tell, and hopefully we'll have you on every once in a while. We'd like to hear more stories or more things that you're gathering.
All right. Sounds good.
Great.
Sounds good.
All right.
Well, guys, we have been keeping an eye on the DACW Live Lounge and what they've been breaking through the past week. They've been pulling some absolute bangers between Steve, Jersey John, and Pete. So we're going to roll a clip here and give you a little recap of what the past week has held for the DACW Live Lounge. Thanks for doing that.
No problem.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, 3 innings, right?
Yeah, 3 minutes, I think. Yeah, so if you don't like from time to time, we'll get you on here.
Yeah, I'm here.
Boom. That is going to be a Patrick Mahomes Obsidian Color Blast. What a beautiful get right there. Nice card for ya. Obsidian Black Color Blast. Patrick Mahomes. So a very nice get for the Kansas City Chiefs. Congratulations. Awesome, awesome card there, bud. And just like that, we have another Color Blast. And another one. Let's see who this one's going to be. Zach Wilson. That is a beautiful get right there. Zach Willie, rookie Color Blast. Out of the Obsidian, first off the line, Zach Wilson, rookie Color Blast for the Jets. Jets. That is going to be Eric S. And you know, what did I mention? Before we started the break, I asked for him, and here he is, once again, one of the greatest players in modern hockey. It's Connor McDavid, back around town. How you doing, sir? Mr. McDavid is here.
I don't want to random this up. This is a 101 dual auto Vasilevsky and Tyler Seguin. You got the laundry tag dual auto Andre Vasilevsky and Tyler Seguin. Ted S, you got Tampa, and who has Dallas? Linda, and you have Dallas. We're gonna have to random this off a 101. The 101s just keep coming today, guys. Dual auto laundry tag Vasilevsky and Tyler Seguin.
Here's something else we decided to put together for you. Kind of got inspired from a viewer, Mr. Wahoos. So now that Panini has the rights to the UFC, the WWE, and the NFL, Wahoos thought it would be a good idea to check out which Brock Lesnar auto is worth more. So what we decided to do is we gathered some comps from the Prism autos from each sport. So that means the WWE Prism, the UFC Prism, and the NFL Prism, all available on dacarworld.com. Make sure you're checking that out. Those are on there. So, did you happen to get a chance to look?
I did look a little bit, and it seemed like the UFC was the more value card, in my opinion.
Really?
In my opinion, just because with the
In your
belt and
opinion.
everything, with the belt, I felt it was like sort of more seeked out.
Yeah.
But I like the football one probably the most. The
Yes.
football one's just unique because obviously you see it there. He had a big career. He had one career preseason tackle, and
Huge.
yeah.
Too, like right there, you saw that picture of him smiling.
You
I
don't
feel like
see
you
that
don't see
often.
Brock smiling too often.
Not
He looks-
often.
Love that he's wearing, by the way, he's wearing number 69. Nice.
Nice.
Love that he chose that for his. I think next time we do a jersey order and one of the jersey Fridays, we need to do, somebody's got to have a Brock Lesnar Minnesota Vikings jersey.
We're gonna have to look that one up.
I think if anybody's gonna have it though, it might be Meerkat.
Yeah.
I feel like he'd look good in a Brock Lesnar jersey, an NFL jersey specifically.
Yeah. I think it would be fitting.
So I agree with you. I think I like the Lesnar football the best. The championship one looks really good. I don't know, Dave, if you showed that yet. If we could show the UFC one. See, I love that because also, too, he's holding the old heavyweight belts.
Yeah.
I like that design better than the UFC belts that they have now. I thought those were really good looking. So, like, once again, they're all good looking cards. Show the WWE one if you don't mind, though, because I love it. This is Ponytail Brock. Yeah, love a good Ponytail Brock.
That one's intimidating.
That's what I'm saying. He's the beast incarnate.
Yes.
You know what I mean? F5.
Here comes the pain. They named a video game after him.
Literally. But I got to say, I was looking at comps for these cards, and I know you were saying in terms of personal, you love the UFC the most. In terms of guap, it looks like the football ones are worth the most. Because most recently I'm seeing June 25th, 208 it sold for. But then if you look at June 16th and June 12th, you had one for $335 and you had one for $280.
Yep. I mean, that's... I think it's because it's so rare to see the Brock football card. Like, people know of him from UFC. People mainly know of him from, like, WWE. People don't really remember sometimes that he did get a shot in the NFL with the Vikings.
Yeah.
So to see that he has a card, I would say that they made the card mainly because of his success in UFC and WWE. But it's so rare to see that boosts the value so high.
If I'm not mistaken, too, I don't remember what year it was, and maybe the chat can help me out, but I'm pretty sure he was in a Madden. I'm pretty sure he did make a Madden game as a playable character. You know what I mean?
It had to be one of the early ones then.
Yeah, it might have been like, so he was in WWE in...
Wasn't it like
02, 03, 04, and then I think so it might have been 05 or 06 that he tried out for the NFL. I think so, yes, technically one of the earlier ones.
Yes.
Yeah, Wahoo says 2004 or 2005, he thinks. Interesting here, Jay Henry, I think agreed with you and would say UFC.
So I just looked up, and yes, Jake, I appreciate that. Brock Lesnar was in Madden 2006. Can you just take a guess at what his overall rating was?
Dude, he was probably like a 57. Did I go too low?
He was his jersey number.
Was he really?
Yes. Nice.
I was gonna. Wahoo said it 60. Yeah, I was gonna say 6. I was gonna say 65. I should have went with my gut. That's what happens when I change like that.
Nice.
So from the gridiron, stay into the gridiron. How about this? We got other big news today. Baker Mayfield, now a member of the Panthers in a crowded QB situation. I can't tell if Stevens is happy about this or not. We know he's a huge Carolina guy. He doesn't have the brightest look on his face. Like, I don't know if he's too happy about this. Carolina acquired him on Wednesday for a 2024 conditional draft pick. So we wanted to see what that will do for his value in the hobby. But first, I know you have some notes on Baker.
Notes, yeah.
Is notes what we're going to call it?
I wrote a novel.
He did write it. This guy is the Baker Mayfield stan.
And I can tell you for one thing, Dave is honestly ecstatic because he's ready to literally pack Sam Darnold's bags, throw them to the curb, and then kick him in the face along with the bags. But you know what? Good for Baker. I'm glad he got out of Cleveland. And you know what? I like Cleveland sports. I'm a Cavs fan. I'm a Guardians fan. And you know what? I was pulling for the Browns because they had Baker. But you know what? He got treated like trash by an organization that is trash. So, you know what? They drafted him as a number 1 franchise guy. And they went from a basement dumpster fire to literally almost a playoff team. And you know what? Guess what? He went 11-5 one year and made the playoffs. 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 3,500 yards, 62.8% completion percentage. And you know what? He beat Pittsburgh in the playoffs.
Yeah,
their biggest rival. And you know what? And if it wasn't for a terrible call at the end of the first half and the Browns defense being able to stop Chad Henne on 3rd and 70,000, we might have seen the Bills versus the Browns in the AFC title game. But we didn't. And then, you know, he came back in 2021 played 3/4 of the year, like hurt, and now they want to ship him off. You know, they were 0-16 in 2017. I'm just going to point that out. They were 0-16 in 2017. Baker took over week 3, gave them their first win in about 900 years. They finished 7-8-1 that year. One of their best records since 7-9 in 2014. 2019 was horrendous, I will admit. He forced stuff to OBJ, trying to make him happy, and it makes sense. And then 2020 comes around, they go 11-5, like I said. So, you know what? Whatever. Like I said, he's going to have some good options there. He's got CMC. Hopefully he's healthy. He's going to have DJ Moore. Maybe Robbie Anderson. We'll see. But you know what? Good riddance, Cleveland. Have fun with Jacoby Brissett at QB. I'm not even going to mention the other guy's name that's there. You know, he might be out a few games. But it's incredible. One thing they couldn't figure out for years was the quarterback position. And they drafted a guy at number 1. He basically, him and Nick Chubb, they go to the playoffs, and now he's just kicked to the curb. Good luck in Carolina, Baker. I love you.
That was a lot.
I can't wait to see this blow up in Cleveland's face.
I'm
Jacoby Brissett, week 1. Oh, yeah. And week 1, guess who the Carolina Panthers play? The Cleveland Browns. Baker, 350, 3 touchdowns. Panthers win by 2 touchdowns.
Dude, I cannot wait until the chat pulls this exact clip. They pull this exact clip when the time comes in that season, when Baker doesn't win that game against the Browns. They're you're gonna get roasted. That was a strong prediction. 350 and 3 touchdowns against the Browns.
Honestly, he probably will try to do too much, but I don't know. I'm sticking with it.
Bill Dozer says mic drop. I mean, really, I don't even know how to respond to that. I'm starting to think we should give him his own little section here on the Chase, his own little segment where he just rants about something.
I'm sorry. It was just close to home. Like, I watched Baker play for like 3-4 years in college, and he was incredible. Like, I'm an Oklahoma fan. I'm not a bandwagon. I've liked them my entire life. My dad's liked them. That's how I got the like for them. When frickin' Baker came along, it was incredible. And then we had Kyler Murray, and then we had Jalen Hurts, and, you know, everything. We're called Quarterback University for a reason. So,
Bill Dozer says mic drop. He said you did mic drop times 2.
I appreciate it all.
And talking about that Carolina QB room, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, because obviously you want to think Baker's the favorite. He's getting a little bump in the hobby right now. People reinvesting in Baker after a heavy initial push when he was first drafted, obviously. But then you have Sam Darnold, who probably not going to be cut because that's an $18 million cap hit to cut him this year. Yeah. Behind Sam Darnold, you have Phillip Walker, you know, Houston Roughnecks legend. Gotta love him. And then your boy, the Chase, 1 of 1, Matt Corral, drafted in the 3rd round. Those are 4 viable quarterbacks on that roster. And when you look at, you know, the hobby to see maybe like where are people putting their money, it's crazy. A Sam Darnold PSA 10 Prism rookie just sold on July 6th for $12.50. less than the sub. And it's a Prism rookie.
Yeah.
And then Phillip Walker, whose true rookie card is out of 2018 unparalleled. Mm-hmm. The base is selling for $20-ish, which I do have a few. So the base Phillip Walker rookie ungraded is selling more than the Sam Darnold Prism PSA 10 right now. Just wild stuff. And then obviously Matt Corral is a rookie holding good value right now. It's a mess.
Yeah, honestly, and like you were saying there, Meerkat, I see here 2018 Panini Prism for Baker though, a PSA 9, $37.95.
If you believe in Baker, that's an incredible value. He's one of those guys that, you know, I might reinvest in after he's plummeted the past couple years. David hit all the points. He was disrespected in Cleveland. He has a fresh start. If he wins this job, he'll have the confidence. He's got a guy who knows how to get the most out of a quarterback, and Matt Rule is his head coach. So, you know, you like taking a little shot? Maybe scoop up some some Bakers. Why not?
And while I got you here real quick, I do want to ask somebody in the chat, Chris Smith. You're the resident sportsbook guy. I know David's a little bit of a sportsbook guy himself. Chris Smith says Panthers plus 1,000 to win the division. Worth the sprinkle.
I think it's worth a sprinkle. The NFC South is going to be wild this year. I don't think anybody should be, an insane favorite, and the value there, worth a little sprinkle. Just a little sprinkle.
Just a little Salt Bay.
Little salt bay. Just like a little sprinkle on some Baker rookies. Why not?
And
what say you?
Yeah, so I would say a little sprinkle. With Tampa Bay, I think it's still tough. I think they're still the team to beat in that division. It's hard to beat Brady. One thing I want to point out in the chat, Hobo Fuzz, Panthers built the lineup. Me and Dave talked about this the other day. Panthers built the lineup, and we got no diva receivers, so Baker won't be stressed to look one specific direction. I want to emphasize the line. And granted, Cleveland had a very good line last year. Carolina, their focus this offseason was their offensive line because it's been lackluster, to put it nicely. So that's another thing I think will help Baker is having that strong line. He did have one in Cleveland as well. But I'm interested to see what he does with young guys like DJ Moore and then Christian McCaffrey and even maybe Robbie Anderson. So,
real quick before our last thing, I do want to just run through the chat. A lot of activity while you were on your rant. Moosey, Baker Mayfield is better than most in the league. Browns literally gave him terrible coaches. We've got here. Oh, Chris Smith. Hey Siri, call Karen. I got a guy that might win against her.
that's like my best friend too.
He called you a Karen. That's amazing. Enjoyable gaming. New title starting Monday. The End Rant featuring David. I like it.
Maybe.
I think I like it.
I've run out of thoughts. I'm sorry.
Also, Chris Smith, too, says Terrence Marshall. Don't
Yes.
sleep on him.
Definitely.
All right, so we're going to cool you down a little bit here because we're going to do the NHL draft. So we're going to go to the ice here. Last night,
Drop the puck.
A little bit of a shakeup, no?
No, yes, that was wildness. I mean, we all were in agreement pretty much on Wednesday that if the Canadians didn't take Shane Wright, like that arena would burn down. Like Shane Wright's, local Canadian guy. They took Slavkovsky.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they were just looking for somebody more offensive heavy. That's the thing is I don't know. They're saying here Shane Wright, the de facto #1 pick for years leading up to this draft, and then he swoops in, takes #1, and Shane Wright ends up dropping to what? 4 to the Kraken?
4, yeah, he went 4 to the Kraken. And a lot of people, I was just looking at reactions on Twitter, and a lot of people were saying it might be because of his attitude, which, what's funny? Last night's NHL draft kind of sounded like the plot of Draft Day with Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
Where they were locked in on this guy at 1, and then, teammates didn't come to his birthday party. And then
he got upset.
Yeah, and then he got upset, and then the Browns, of course, we were talking about him. The Browns.
This guy can't get away from the Browns. He can't get away from Cleveland.
I'm sorry. When I went back and looked, it just reminded me of the plot of Draft Day. If you didn't see it, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. If you've seen the movie Draft Day, you would kind of understand what I'm referring to.
Yeah, I was talking to some buddies too, and some seem to think that Shane Wright didn't necessarily get any better over this past season or two. He obviously was up there, very talented, but people were kind of saying he just kind of stayed the course and didn't really get any better to really wow, I guess, Montreal.
Yeah, what I read was when he came back during like the COVID season that they had, he had like 22 points in 19 games, and people said for his value, that was kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
And then the next year, he actually came back with like 90-something points, but still, I don't really know how to assess it. I guess maybe he's 96 points is still like a lot.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
But maybe for what they thought he was going to be a few years back when he got in the OHL at 15, they were probably expecting triple-digit points. So.
Interesting note here by Enjoyable Gaming. Canadians will regret taking Slough. Seattle likely didn't expect Wright at 4. Montreal dumping Romanov early is odd, and Doc isn't even comparable to DeBrincat. Wild first draft day.
Yeah. Did anybody in the chat, did anybody see Wright give the death stare to the Canadians draft table?
I remember I didn't get a chance to see it, but I remember you mentioning that to me earlier.
The video was wild. He shakes hands with the Kraken GM, and then he just looks at their table like,
yeah. It's risk reward for the Kraken. You know what I mean? Where obviously they could have a franchise star player on it. And that's the thing. I don't think he's going to be bad.
No, me either. Yeah.
But is he going to live up to the hype? You know, here's someone you could potentially build your franchise around, and especially Seattle being a expansion franchise, only they're going into their second season in the league. What's this going to do?
Right.
But once again, too, in terms, if we're bringing it back to the hobby, you know, we talked to Tom and Tyler from Hit Parade on Wednesday, and they were saying, they talked about Logan Cooley. If he goes to the desert, what's that going to do is for his value, which he ended up going. But also now, Shane Wright. We thought for sure he's going to the Montreal Canadiens, probably skyrocketing. Maybe that's overdoing it, but skyrocketing his value. Now that he's in Seattle, though, does that intrigue people on his cards? You know what I mean? What does that do? They're an expansion franchise. They're a new team.
Yeah.
They're getting a top player. I don't know. What does that do?
It's such a toss-up because Seattle's kind of like a weird talking point when it comes to hockey because no one really knows what any of their values are going to be because they're so fresh to the sport. Honestly, they do have some pretty nice-looking jerseys.
Absolutely.
Could that be a boost? Who knows? But really, it's going to be kind of almost like what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like a trial. A trial by ear just to see, like, because the Kraken really haven't, I don't know who they drafted last year off the top of my head, but it's kind of going to be a trial with Wright to see where the young guys' values can be because they're so fresh and new to the NHL.
Yeah, and one thing I wanted to note as well, I think this guy is going to be, you know, we were talking to Tom and Tyler about sleepers in the hobby. One kid that I think don't sleep on, I know in terms of talent, he is obviously a top 5 player, clearly from the draft, but Cutter going to Philly.
He went 5, yeah. Big city, big name.
Huge hockey town, and a big name. I think we watch out for him in terms of Series 1, the young guns, and when his rookie patches and autos are coming out.
I completely agree with you because Philly, big city, you tend to see the big cities gain more value, and his name is Cutter. I mean, he's
a hockey guy for sure.
You look at, like, going to baseball real quick, the Blaze Jordan of the Red Sox. People like his card because of his name, because it's Blaze Jordan.
Yeah.
And he's a prospect. You look at this one, Philly, big city, Cutter, great name, big-time prospect. He's got all 3 strikes right there. It's perfect.
Yeah, and I got to be honest with you. I don't know if this is a controversial opinion or not, but he gives me very much Trevor Zegras vibes.
In a sense. I mean, if he could be what Trevor Zegras is right now, that would be huge for Philly.
Yeah, and, you know, you look at that class. I mean, we've only seen Series 1 hockey. I think we saw a couple other things from his rookie year, a.k.a. 21-22. And Trevor Zegras is probably the most collectible out of that series. Out of that draft year. So I almost think Cutter could be the next Zegras in terms of hobby, where people are going to want his cards, and he could be that kind of player who people really gravitate towards on the ice and off the ice. So
we're full of the hot takes this morning.
I think this is the most hot takey we've gotten. Like, I don't want to get like Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith too much.
What? Blasphemous.
Stay off the weed.
Duh.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us today. We are all out of time. Make sure you are watching. Steve's coming up next on our Twitch, and I believe Pete will be on later. I think he is back. And we want to give you a last reminder about our giveaways. Today, we opened up some Prism basketball. Make sure you are either chatting in the Twitch or commenting on YouTube. Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie.
That is going to get you entered in to the giveaway. Also, we are also extending our July 4th giveaway. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, you can nominate a frontline worker, active member of military, or a veteran Tell us why you're nominating them and why they are a collector in the YouTube comments on episode 10. And I believe on Monday we will be picking a winner for a $500 credit to dacardworld.com. Continue to like, subscribe, and follow across all the DA Card World platforms. And remember, you can catch the chase Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 9 a.m. on Twitch, but we are also on Apple and Spotify.
What he said. Have a great weekend.
I think I did pretty good, right?
Yes.
All right, one last thing to do. It's all about the chase,
It's all
isn't
about
it?
the freaking chase.
Whoa, he's fired up. All right, there you go, guys. We'll see you. Have a great weekend. Top guys.